morning, everyone. My name is Roxana Kennedy. I'm the Chief of Police for Chula Vista Police Department. And you know, it's a tough time right now without a doubt. And so I want you to know that we can all have fun, whether we're at home, whether we're at work. And today I have some of my staff with me here today, and we're gonna read to our staff. And I'm excited to have my little friends. This is Rocky, and Rocky knows that I have a treat in my hand. Watch this, sit, high five. Oh yeah, you get a good treat for that. And this is Chief down here also. Chief's not as good at that as Rocky, but he'll dance for us. All right, so they're gonna join us as I read today, Officer Buckle and Gloria. So I know it's a little bit harder when I can't be with you in person, but I wanna share this story with you because I think it's so important. Because you know what? Dogs are important to us in our lives, and they are our best friend. So we're gonna start off the book today. And Officer Buckle and Gloria, as I said, and I'll try to share the photos with you as I read. So Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it up on the board, on his bulletin board, and this one was safety tip number 77. What do you guys think about that? Never stand on a swivel chair. Don't you think that's a good safety tip? See, they like it. Okay, Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened though, and he would be very upset. Sometimes there was even snoring in the crowd. Are you guys snoring when I read? No, okay. So afterward, it was business as usual, and Mrs. Topt, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topt didn't hear him. Oh no, she's on a swivel chair. You never want to do that. That was safety tip number 77. So then one day, Knappville Police Department bought a dog named Gloria. And when it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along with him. Rocky, did you notice this? Gloria, did you see that? Rocky is listening very attentively. Children, Officer Buckle said, this is Gloria. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria sit, and then Gloria sat. What a good dog. Then Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. Oh, you guys don't have any shoelaces, but Officer Jordan does. Look at that. The children sat up and stared because look at what Gloria was doing in the background. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. So Gloria is quite a character. So, safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. And the children's eyes popped open. And you see what Gloria was doing right there. So Officer Buckle checked again and looked back at Gloria. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning as Gloria changed, okay? So then Officer Buckle said, never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. And the audience roared with laughter because look what Gloria was doing. See? Chief's sitting there right now watching this whole thing. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression, and the children clapped their hands and cheered, and some of them laughed until they cried. And Officer Buckle was surprised. He said he'd never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident at Knappville because you see Gloria in the background. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station, and it was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knappville School. Gloria right by Officer Buckle's side. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it, and Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper, and it said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Wow, that's a good student, huh? And then you see everyone's on the phone and calling around, and Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to the bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and the daycare centers were all calling about the safety speech. And Officer Buckle said, "Our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along the police dog." Chief, did you hear that? Chief, come on up here. You want to throw him up there for me? Officer Buckle told the safety tips to 313 schools. And everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. Do you see Gloria laying there, moving around, doing things just like my dogs are doing right now? Where did Rocky go? Rocky. Rocky's underneath the table. See? Okay, and so after every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. And Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. You see them there getting ice cream. Look at Gloria signing autographs right there. Let's see if we can get Chief and Rocky to enjoy maybe a treat. We'll see. They're sitting there watching the story, but let's see. Cookie? Oh, look. Attention. Come on up here. Cookie? Okay. Dance. Rocky, how about you? Come on up here. Come on up. Oh, yeah. That's just as good as ice cream, isn't it? Okay? That's puppy ice cream, right? So, then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. You see that they're up there with a huge audience watching them. Everyone is pointing. You see Gloria, who seems to always be behind Officer Buckle. When he finished the safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during an electrical storm. Oh, that's very important. Don't do that one. The students jumped up to their feet and applauded. They were shouting out, "Bravo, bravo," they cheered, and Officer Buckle bowed again and again. Of course, Officer Buckle didn't realize Gloria behind him was putting on quite the show. Then, that night, Officer Buckle, at home with Gloria, watched the 10 o'clock news. Popcorn, right? The next day, the principal of Knappville telephoned the police station. "Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech." But Officer Buckle frowned. "I'm not going to do any more safety speeches. Nobody looks at me anyways." "Oh," said Miss Topt. "Well, how about Gloria? Could she come?" Uh-oh. I think Gloria hogged the stage and Officer Buckle got his feelings hurt. So, someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely, and then she fell asleep. And so did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest student accident ever. Oh no. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. What safety tip was that? So they left it on the floor. Splat, splatter, swoosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topt, who screamed and let go of the hammer. And I don't know if you realize this, but this was safety tip number 77. She was standing on a swivel chair. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was one written note on a piece of paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry. I was wearing my safety helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose, and Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back, and then Officer Buckle thought of the best safety tip yet. They realized they need each other. Safety tip 101, always stick with your buddy. Isn't that a great story for you to realize? These are my students here. How do you guys feel about that story? And look at the safety tip that they're wearing. They're wearing their mask to make sure that they're protected. And we have more than a 6-foot distance. And then we have Chief and Rocky. Did you want to get up here, Chief? Rocky, come on up here and say goodbye to the kids. Get up here. Come on. This is your ice cream. Come on. Chief, sit. Look, he can't wait. Ice cream's his favorite. Rocky, how about you? Come on up here. Let's wave to all the kids and tell them thank you for being here. And how about a high five? Come on, high five. High five. No, you're not going to get it for free. High five. Come on. Good boy. Thanks for joining us, kids. Stay safe and listen to what Officer Buckle and Gloria say. Have a wonderful day.